So there we go. Old 10 sacrifices have been brought together, apparently. Including that one, right? What is that? Tears of Emma Vanderboom. The teeth of Mary Vanderboom. The blood of Rose Vanderboom. The brain of Albert Vanderboom. The tongue of James Vanderboom. The eye of Ida Vanderboom. The eye of Samuel Vanderboom. The hair of Frank Vanderboom. The foot of Leonard Vanderboom, and the heart of William Vanderboom. And then the 3 timepieces, and then... something happens. Ah, Roots. Fitting finale for a thing called Rusty Lake Roots. So are we here? So these are the 2 generations later offspring of this family with their obsession and history with alchemy. Got everyone's name. Everyone has their initial matching up with the symbol, the sacrifice they left. 2 eyes, brain, tear, teeth. That kid would then later on lose their foot. The letters are just their names. Okay. What are these? Symbols? So there's 6 numbers here. Some of you just have numbers outright. F right here is 3 and squiggle apparently. J is 1. Curious. Is it based on the order they run the diagram in? Oh. Do you think things? So you don't have anything to think apparently. So everyone suffered. You went to war and lost a leg. You were locked in a freaking... you were locked in not locked away, but you were isolated in a well. And you got to be raised by the crazy one. So I'm sure that had its own difficulties that I don't think we actually saw very much of, but I think still equally horrible. We have a time that we should set. We have a portrait with no indication of what to do with it. I think I need to figure out the combination. I think that's the important detail here. Alright. Do your names spell something, I wonder, or... Why is it a scale, specifically? Do I go through this door? Oh, hi. That's the detail. Oh, the numbers are back there. Okay, so I can pick their number out based on their name. So S. Samuel, S, is one of the eyes. Four or I? What number is that? Let's see, 1, 2, 3. No, maybe that's 3, and that's 8. No, there's multiple 3s. Oh, so some of them share numbers. Is it because they share weights? I'm not sure. So, let's try 4 for the eye. Well, first of all, let's just see if I can put the 3 medallions in, right? The Crow and the Dead Man. Samsara. The Alchemist Brothers. Huh. I'm just gonna go bronze to gold. It opened. That seems to indicate that they're in the correct spots. And all of them give us a time of 2:45. The roots have come out to grab them. That's... You should probably both be pretty concerned about that. Okay. You want to have sympathy for her for the fact that she was raised by the crazy person, but maybe she's in on this. Or, okay, never mind. I thought she was trapping them somehow, but it seems like she's equally willing to just do this. Wow. Commitment here. Crow crowns, the Vanderboom crest with the alchemy in the egg. So all of them are entombed now. That's concerning. Now we've opened this thing so I can see what these things say for sure. Can you move them around? We need to equalize their weights so we can get the combination. I think that's what's going on here. So this could be interesting. I'm not sure if I fully know what we're getting at here. But the numbers 1 through 4. So, judging by what's not balanced enough here, so let's say... Let's switch 2 and you. To equalize you a little better. Is that the better plan? I think it is. They're all basically even except for that 5, but if they're all even, doesn't that mean that we're already right? Maybe? That's the one scale that's not used. Let's give it a shot. So the eyes... the eye is equal 1. Are you gonna stay there or not? Okay, you will remember. Okay, so M. M is teeth. Teeth is 3. I think. We'll see. I is also an eye. An eye for an eye. Ha ha ha. E. Tears. That's the weird bottle. 4. Oops. Accidental minimization there. A is brain. 3. R is blood. 2. Well, that's not very encouraging. I'm apparently wrong about that. The question is, am I missing another item? We have all the items they said I would need, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No. Am I missing one item? I was curious what the extra pedestal meant, obviously. I'm not sure what to think of that. We're apparently missing some item that's supposed to go on the last one. How am I missing one? That's weird. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what to make of that. So it would appear that the numbers that these things are physically located on top of is not the point, basically. Because I've already tried inputting that answer and that didn't have the output I wanted. So then, is the answer the weight of the item itself? That's a curiosity. So, this thing's a 5. You could suppose that these are counterweights. Like it's pushing up with 5 pounds of force, for example. And maybe you push it down by exerting force against it. Like 1. Oh, but that makes it go all the way down. Instantly. What is going on here? Like, I suppose the idea that maybe it has 5 pounds of counter force, right? And this thing only has 1 pound of counter force, and look how high up it is. So this must be a very light object, which makes sense because it's just an eyeball. But that pushes 5 all the way down to the bottom. And if this is a larger counterweight of 3, then... I don't know. The teeth don't go as far? I mean, you would imagine that maybe teeth aren't that heavy, but how about the foot? The foot takes it all the way down. And so the eyeball takes it all the way to the very, very bottom. The foot takes it to almost the bottom, even though it's probably the heaviest object. And in fact, it seems to only have a counterweight of 2 that keeps it even. What is going on here? Are these linked? They can't be linked to each other in pairs, because when I move all these different objects, nothing else moves besides specifically the 5 and wherever I took it from. So, like, they're not... these things aren't set up in pairs to counteract with each other. So what do these numbers mean? We've used weight puzzles multiple times in this game now, but they've always been in the context of, like, a scale, where you put stuff on one side or the other of the same measurement. Now we're just giving a series of pedestals that go up and down and they have numbers on them. But I'm not sure if I can correlate what the numbers mean, necessarily. Like, here's a 1. Or, like, here's a 2. In case the I somehow means something besides 1, because who knows. Let's look at this 2. No, let's pick something in the middle of the scale. 3. Let's switch the 2 and the 3, and see where the 3 goes. 3 goes down. Okay. 4 and 3. 3 goes up. Okay. So if I take the thing with the counterweight of or the number of 4 and put it on the 3, then this 3 goes up. Does that mean that 3 is now experiencing less weight? That's interesting. What does the number mean then? If this thing has a 3 and this thing has a 4, and switching these things makes so this one goes lower and this one goes higher, that means this one's experiencing less weight and this one's being exerted by more weight, even though this is something that, even though this previously had a heavier counterweight and this one had a lighter one, so are they not counterweights? What do you do with these things? There must be some specific meaning. This is like the most arcane way of expressing weight so far. The main reason why it's confusing is probably the fact that all 10 things are on the scales from the get-go, and you can't take them off. So you can't get a feeling for how the tool itself works in the first place, let alone figuring out how the individual weights of all the items work and being able to compare everything to everything else. Like, we're kind of giving this in a vacuum, and we're giving it in a situation where there's 9 variables, because we're missing one. We're missing the heart, aren't we? I thought we had the heart. Haven't we had the heart the whole time? Why isn't it on the scale with everything else, I wonder? Let's see here. I'm just thinking about, what do I think about this? Like, do I count them as being... Do I subtract the number somehow, I wonder? We have numbers 1 through 5, and nothing can have a weight of 0, so should I do the opposite of the weight somehow? Like, if we assume that the lowest weight item is 1, because that's how it's worked so far, then things could have a weight of 1 through 5, and the ones that are on when the pedestal is a 1, that would make the item a 5, for example? Is that a reasonable approach? I'm kind of totally at a loss, so I'm just kind of thinking of ideas at this point. Well, these were... I ranked all these as what the pedestal was. So if we talk about it being a weight of 1 through 5... on this scale, where, like, the item plus the scale becomes this combined total of 6, basically, assuming that the lowest number of a pedestal is 1 and the highest is 5, and lowest to highest numbers of the things on the pedestals is 1 through 5, then if that's a reasonable conclusion, then since I already solved this once, I should be able to take the number 6 and subtract my answer from that, And that should give me the opposite of the answer, essentially. So this should be a 5. And this should be a 5. And this would be a 4 and a 2. Ah! That was it? There's the heart. Balance the substance of your past lives. So when it's even, it's 6. Well, that would have been useful to know before I had to freaking, like, imagine my way into finding that solution. Was that supposed to be on the wall somewhere? I basically had to intuit that the weights were equal to 6 overall as when they're balanced, and then the game told me that afterwards for some reason. What? I don't know. There's a lot of non sequitur puzzles in these games that don't quite make sense, but it's like, oh, rub the thing on the thing, and oh, that's weird how, like, that wow, the antlers are growing a plant, that's weird, and stuff like that, but usually there's not a mechanically driven non sequitur thing that's, like, comes out of nowhere. I'm not sure if this puzzle made intuitive sense, because I kind of solved it with a Hail Mary, and I don't know if the information was there to arrive on that conclusion reasonably without just sort of leaping to conclusions because I had nothing else I could try. But that's how I won, apparently. Hello, everybody. How do we do this now? Do I click on you guys? The heart is in place. Do I click on the heart? Oh. Well, that's oddly terrifying. Here's all your body parts, weird alchemy man. Here you go. You probably shouldn't exist. You are an abomination unto society. Did I do it? Well, he exists now. We did it. You got a weird lake baby out of the rusty lake. Congratulations, Rose. Was it worth it, Rose? What have you done, Rose? What have we accomplished? Congratulations, you completed the family tree. Click on more roots to find additional family secrets. What? The past is never dead. It's not even past. Go back to your roots by finding a golden family emblem near every family member. Use this first hint. 666 on a briefcase? Oh my god, every family member has a gold emblem to find? There's 10 collectibles to find in this game? What the f- Is there a hint? Is there a hint about which of the 33 things have each one? Maybe they're in specific suitcase of 666. Let's start at the beginning. There's a briefcase here. Did I do it? I guess we're not done yet, huh? Okie dokie. Bro. These must be clues, right? Let's take a picture of this. Gonna take a picture of this weird screen and put it on my second monitor. And we're going to see if these are all clues. Alright, I hope this pans out. Here I thought the game was over and then they're throwing surprises at me. Okay, so that's a series of things. So we have Crow for the Hermit. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 clues. So possibly a series of golden tokens for 7 different people, and this is one right here, so that'd be 8 total, but wouldn't there be 10 presumably. So a 4-symbol thing for the devil. This symbol for the star. That for the hanged man. These numbers for the queen. This symbol for death. Wheel of Fortune. And then crow. Okay. Hello, Mary. Could you potentially be one of these things, I wonder? Is it the feather? And I don't see a crow around here necessarily. I wouldn't put a ton of faith into that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So only 9 of them. Wasn't there 10 family members? Still though. Crow? You can only open large portraits. Okay, so that does narrow it down. So it does have to specifically be these family members. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so each of the 8 family members that are remaining have 1 golden token, and I have clues referring to many of them at this point. That gives me something to work with. Let's go to the devil. Albert should be the devil, right? I need to find if I can find a 4-part combination lock. There you are. Ah, that gives us a clue about the Empress. Interesting. Just gonna open another instance of paint now. That's not paint, that's handbrake. I've made a mistake. I need to screenshot this little crap now. We can't lose track of these clues. This is really awkward. It's awkward to do mid-episode. Okay, so I've got a screenshot of the Empress now. We've got the Empress, and we've got the Devil. There's it on the screen here. This is what we have right now. I should probably just cross one of these out as we go. There are better image editing softwares out there, but this is something that doesn't really use assets. I don't know why this bar is disappearing on me. It doesn't normally do that. There's better stuff to do for image editing, but this thing's like a low impact thing that doesn't affect my performance, hopefully. And it's easy to open on a separate window. So we found the devil and this coin. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 remaining. That's everybody. That's a good sign. Okay. Let's see here. Wasn't expecting this part to happen, but I'm game, I suppose. The question is, how well can I remember who everyone is? The hanged man would have to be Emma, right? You literally hang yourself to death at some point. But maybe not. Queen of Pentacles. She could be the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles has a series of different these hashtag things over here. Not hashtags, geez, hash marks. That could refer to her plants, perhaps? That are over here. She didn't have a 5, though, did she? I don't think she did. Oh, she's pregnant during this episode, and I didn't notice that before, I don't think. I thought she'd be the hanged man because she kills herself by hanging, but I don't know how we're gonna get I don't know how we're gonna get like a circle with a line through it anywhere in here. But the Queen of Spectacle would just involve 5 plants, presumably? No, 4 plants. 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Do I do this? 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Try it again. 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. There we go. So that's another golden one. So just go cross you out real quick. Alright, we're off to a good start. These aren't so tough to find. Can we call... I'm bad at identifying some of these people by what they're supposed to be. Well, you're the hermit, Frank. Oh, we're back here again, unfortunately. But the answer for hermit seems to be the crow. What is crow? Hello, creepy Joker man. How could crow be an answer here? Do I want to get reeled up? No. C-R-O-W. You literally typed the word crow. Ha! Okay. Wait. The lovers. Okay. So some of these are more clue than expected. So maybe some of the cards I got from the initial deck aren't even clues then, because some of them just seem to be a card, and that was it. So based on that, it might be that some of them just aren't even clues, and we're just like another card to add to the list of cards. Hard to say. This is getting really sloppy, because I'm doing it rapidly. But we have the Hermit, the Crow. They're all different sizes and crap from me copy-pasting them in. So here's the new one, Lovers. Finger numbers are there. We can cross out Hermit here. Oops, that's not the pen. There we go. Blarg. Make it really apparent that those ones are done with. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune seems kind of useless, because it's blank. These three just have symbols on them, but that could mean something, I suppose. Hard to say for sure. The Lovers, though. That gives me something to do. Okay. So press these numbers in this order. These fingers. I can probably work with that. I just gotta go to... Oopsie. The tree. The Franks is done. So this... Mary should be the Lovers, because this is when they're both here at the same time, and then her hand's sticking out like this. Okay, so thumb is like that. So it goes... Ring. Pinky. Middle. Index. Ring. Oh, wait. It's you, isn't it? That makes more sense, because you're actually facing the same way as the card. So, ring, pinky, middle, index, ring. Ring, pinky, middle, index. Pinky is the last one, not ring. My bad. There we go. So that one's done with. Add that, so that the newest one's completed now, okay. We're making some real progress here. Okay, so these ones are all done. We're down to how many? We have 5, we're missing 4 of them. I thought this might be a big deal. A big time-consuming process. I was like, oh no, am I up for this? But no, this is straightforward enough. Noteworthy, it's not a missable thing like I was last time. This is like a fun little bonus quest to do it when you finish the game, as opposed to Rusty Lake Hotel was like, oh, you didn't immediately understand at the beginning of your playthrough what sequence to cook food in? Well, you better start the whole game over. And I'm like, oh, maybe one day, but I haven't so far, because it seems like kind of a hassle, frankly. So you're the bird guy, and that's very obvious reference right here to the bird stuff from before. Not entirely sure what to make of some of the symbols there. So obviously these are the 4 directions we want to send them in, probably simultaneously, right? And then what, like the symbols somehow indicate which one I'd want to send to each one or something? Actually, like, not entirely sure what to think about that. What a strange diagram. Like, I can intuit the idea of, like, those are the 4 directions to send them in. How would I know which one to send each one of them? That one's a squiggle, that one's a double squiggle, that one's a circle, and that one's blank. There's one bird symbol. What? Oh, squiggle, double squiggle, circle, blank. It's their colorations of the birds themselves. Isn't that interesting? Alright, so Circle's supposed to be in the almost all the way left one, so they're already there. Double dash is supposed to be far left. You're already there. Single dash is supposed to be more like the single dash is supposed to be like right here, and blank is supposed to go like right here. Bring back that coin, apparently. There it is. All right. I gotcha. It seems like generally in this game they learned a lot from the previous game and what they should and things to do. Because actually, like Rusty Lake Hotel was not very critically well received and has mixed results sometimes among viewers. And it seems like this game may have gotten better feedback across the board. And I think I can see why now.